everyone, welcome to another episode of Wallet Wisdom, a podcast presented by Lake Michigan Credit Union. If you're new to the podcast or have been listening for a while now, Wallet Wisdom is designed around breaking down the ins and outs of financial aspects, as well as to help bring answers to some of banking's more confusing or complex questions. I'm one of your hosts, Brett. As always, in the studio with me, hello.
Hi.
Hey.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Man.
Excited to be here again.
Me too. And you know, it's always that time of the year where, you know, at least here in Michigan, we're getting this back and forth weather.
Oh, my word.
Warm and
It'll call for 93, but it'll be 65, and then it'll call for 65 and be 93.
Right.
So you just never know.
You never know. You do. That's so true. But you know, one thing that is happening this year, LMCU turns 90.
90 years
Happy
old.
birthday!
It's wild.
It
90.
is.
90
it's
years.
crazy.
Yeah.
So, like, doing quick math, that's like 1933.
1933.
There's a lot going on back in the 30s.
Just a little bit, and LMCU stepped up. I mean, we weren't LMCU then, but we'll get to that. But
That's right.
We stepped up and said, no.
Yeah.
We're going to handle
We're
this.
taking it. We got this.
We got this.
You got a depression? Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
We're going to handle
And
that.
we have a guest that's been here not since 1933.
You know.
Just a little less than that. But I am so excited to have her because I have a personal history with her. She was my very first branch manager when I started
No
here.
kidding.
So I have a very close place for her in my heart. But
For
we
sure.
have Sara Kemperman. She is the Senior Vice President of Retail Operations, and she is here to celebrate with us.
That's right.
90 years.
Welcome.
Hello, Brett. Hello, Lauren.
Oh, we love having you on. This is
Thank
exciting.
you.
Yeah,
Yes. Well,
90
thank you for letting me
years.
be here.
Absolutely. We wouldn't want anyone else, honestly. Truly. You have so much of perspectives and insights that we love, both about what's going on at LMCU, but also just some really great human thoughts and advice that I just want to tell you I appreciate so much that you've shared with us. So,
Sure.
yeah.
And while you haven't been here for 90 years, you did start in the 90s.
That's
I
true.
did.
So
I guess
you started
I
when
did.
you were 4.
I did. Thank you.
right.
I've grown up here.
You've
Literally,
grown up here.
that's what I say now.
You know, laws were different. You could start work at 4 back then.
That's
so,
right. Yeah.
But can you tell us a little bit of your history that you've had with us?
Yeah, absolutely. So started in 96 as a teller. And I have to tell you, I was actually in banking for 5 years prior to.
Okay.
And I like to say I'm a recovering banker.
Okay.
Truth.
Yep.
Love it.
But seriously, I remember being in that teller training class and thinking to myself, okay, this is too easy.
Yeah.
Something is not quite right. Why is this so easy? Why is everybody happy?
You're supposed to struggle for
People
work.
love their job.
Right.
They come to work and love their job.
You mean it's not stuffy banking? It's actually like fun. Oh, I love that.
Yes.
That's so cool.
And what
Yeah.
would you say kind of set that apart? What was that difference?
I would have to say it has to be from the top down. I mean, and now I know that honestly and obviously, but it is just it's the culture that has. You said it, Brett. It's survived.
Yeah.
It survived a lot.
It has gone through a lot and come out better on the outcome.
That's right. So someone's being intentional about it.
Yeah.
And
For
that's
sure.
really cool.
Absolutely. And I think for those that are listening and members, it kind of creates a strength and a stability that people can come to rely on now, especially.
Yes.
You know, it is. You know, you go through a depression, you go through wars, you go through all these types of things that have happened over the decades, and yet here we are continuing to grow. In fact, I know like in 2021, we celebrated 500,000 members.
I know.
Which is insane to think about.
Right.
I mean, it's really quite amazing when you look at, we're in Michigan and Florida only, not even a national sized bank like that. It's just incredible.
And so for those that don't know, we started in 1933 at the closing of all the banks when everyone was like, they have my money, but they say they're closed. What does that
Right.
mean? My grandparents are still finding like sewed-in money in their curtains from those days.
Wow.
But our founder, Lloyd Hutt, said, "No, we're gonna fix this." So 13 teachers got together, pulled $800 in his home, and started Grand Rapids Teachers Credit Union.
People helping people.
People helping people.
I love that.
And while, change is one of the only constants in life, we've started on that brick of no, we're people helping people and have never changed that. So that's pretty cool. And since then, we've had outrageous growth, like you said.
Unbelievable.
So I'm sure, when you start a credit union, I'm sure they were the only members, right? The
Right,
13
right.
members.
13, yeah.
Started from 13 and $800 to now,
Right.
500,000. It's just really cool to see how much growth there is. So if we think 13 people, $800, and now we're at what?
Just under $13 billion in assets.
Oh my goodness.
Wild.
I know.
That's insane.
There's $1 billion for each original member.
That's right.
If they only knew.
If they only knew.
That's right.
We like to joke that Mr. Hutt haunts the hallways
Yeah,
of
he just
LMCU.
visits. It's not even a haunting.
It's not hunting if it's nice,
Yes.
right?
That's right.
But
Yes.
he's there supporting us. But I can only imagine what just something, a belief and a passion
Yeah.
can lead to $13 billion in assets,
Yeah.
serving over 500,000 people in 2 states and
Yeah.
countless counties. And it's just wild.
It is. It's insane. And we're growing exponentially. So I guess one of the questions I want to ask you, Sarah, is having been here in the late 90s, we were at one point in our history, we were Grand Rapids Teachers Credit Union. But now, as everyone is aware, or they're scratching their heads like, wait, who? We're LMCU now, Lake Michigan Credit Union.
That happened in 2002, just in case
in
you were wondering.
2002. Yeah. So
I
you were
remember
right there.
that.
You remember that.
You were here.
So what was, what was that time like, and what was that process in changing the names and in that regard?
Yeah, absolutely. So you are right. We were rooted in that Grand Rapids teachers, that teacher space, right? But we also had 4 affiliates: Alliance Credit Union, Healthcare Credit Union, Logic Credit Union, and St. Mary's Credit Union. So healthcare, food, and then teachers. And
Right.
then, of
Alliance
course,
was food first.
Yes.
That's what
Yeah.
it was called.
yeah,
Yeah.
correct. Food marketers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so
But no, it's fun to see it evolve. For a short stint, I told you I started as a
Yeah.
teller, but worked in our accounting department, and it was fun to have to balance Grand Rapids teachers and then for affiliate books too.
Sure.
So I worked in there before it was LMCU, but I can tell you it's probably a lot easier now.
It's a lot more consolidated, I bet.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. And that was the main goal, right? Is now we've been doing it
Right.
this way. Let's just become one.
Right.
And brought that all in. And we haven't strayed far from that being our heart, right? We
That's
still
right.
love to get in there with healthcare. We just finished a really great campaign for pediatric care. And we love to be with the teachers. We're very heavily involved in schools. So that's pretty cool.
Yes.
And that's one of my favorite things about you, Sarah, is you have explored the credit union, every corner of it, and worked in so many different spots. So you did accounting. But one of the other big things that happened when you joined was we started our lending area,
Yeah.
right? So can you tell us a little bit about how that growth went?
Absolutely, yeah. So we started a centralized lending department. While I was not a part of that initial group, I did join that department, right around probably 2003, 2004. And I have, in and through the years, had varied positions from being a phone sales rep up to managing that department. And then, of course, several different positions within the branch itself. But honestly, absolute favorite is just being able to help people.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. Well, and one thing that we've talked about before too is our CEO, Sandy Jelinski, also started as a teller and has worked in many different areas within the credit union. And again, that perspective, I can't help but see so much similarity in the perspectives that you share as well, in being able to see the credit union from so many different angles. Especially now in your role with, really overseeing all of our retail in all of the credit union. That's a lot, but to have had those perspectives, what kinds of things have you found over the years that you still are, coming to in your day-to-day kind of leadership within, the organization?
Yeah. So it truly is just about, I look at it from 2 perspectives. It's getting to know your member holistically, truly understanding what their needs are. So they walk in, they have a question, but is that really what they need?
Yeah.
Identifying what their hopes and dreams are,
Yeah.
and then aligning them with our products and services that benefit them. And that's the beauty. That really right there, that is the biggest difference. You asked me what was the difference between coming from another financial institution to LMCU. We really care about doing the right thing by the member. That's actually a mantra that I've learned from Sandy over the years.
Sure.
It's always doing the right thing by the member. And I think over time, when I fully started to understand that, I was just thrilled and excited to be able to share that mindset with staff to help them understand and get excited about the opportunity to have conversations and to connect and to really change people's lives. And it's not just a culture. Everything we say and do has to point back to that. It's fun to hear that even in our technology areas,
Yes.
Having meetings when we're talking about new initiatives and new rollouts, hearing our leadership in our IS and IT department say, what is the member impact?
Yeah.
Right.
What are some ways that we're integrating that technology? We've got more video chatting capabilities. What does that look like to our members and how they can connect with us more?
Yeah. So we have a robust e-service department that does allow that chatting capability with our members, and that seems to be growing. Of course, we do have the ability for members to do business with us. They can set up appointments prior to coming into a branch, or they can set up an appointment to do a video membership or application.
Oh, man.
And I remember
incredible.
thinking, we're not going to market this. We just kind of want to see where this goes and how it takes off. And that's an area that quickly grew.
Yeah.
So and coming out of COVID too, I think
Right.
that was
definitely
Changed the game.
Yeah.
It hit the fast forward button. And I think for a
Yes.
lot of people that, in different industries, we're right on that cusp of like, we're ready to make that change over. We're really, but then COVID really did escalate some of those things and expedited some of those
Yeah.
decisions.
And I think it
So-
became
for
apparent
sure.
who was already kind of in the game.
Yeah.
Who
Right.
was already fiddling with it and trying to figure out what works best for us. Because
Exactly.
that's the people that were like, no, you're fine. We just
Yeah.
need to hook you up here. And it was pretty cool to say, we got it.
And
We're
and
good.
I should say too, a huge shout out to you and your entire team in our retail branches and just for their dedication during that time. I mean, like we were saying, the company's gone through some many different things and overcoming a lot of those
Yeah.
types of roadblocks. And COVID was definitely one where we had to really scratch our heads and say, what do we need to do?
Yeah.
Because we know that our members will still need to continue their finances on a day-to-day basis, despite whether we're in a lockdown or not. And so many of those staff that were there,
Yeah.
those essential workers. So big kudos to your entire team.
And that's true. And that's exactly what it is. It's a kudos to them.
Sure.
Because I will tell you, that was probably the most difficult time for me as a leader to know I couldn't be there next to them.
Yeah.
We attempted to go out and make branch visits
Yeah.
to make sure they were
Right.
okay. And they literally said to us, please don't come out.
Yeah.
Yep.
We don't want you going from branch to branch.
Right.
But to have to sit back and know that they're not in it alone
Right.
per se, but
Right.
not being able to be next to them, I will have to say it was one of the most difficult, but one of the most proud.
Right.
Yeah.
The way that they became so resilient.
Yes.
And-
that's a great
Right.
word.
And the first question out of their mouths wasn't like, "Oh, is my job okay?" It's how are the members going to get
Yes.
service?
Yeah.
And that was just
Coming
so
up with
cool.
solutions on their
Right,
own.
right? And
Right.
saying, we
Yeah.
can still do drive-through, but we got to do it a little differently, and we can still do whatever it is. It's
Yes.
just it was so
Empowered
cool.
to serve. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they sure did.
They really did, and I would drive through drive-throughs just to like, hey, like you're
Yeah.
good.
Right? Well, and I think that also goes to show about just us making sure that we're in your communities. We're in the communities that we live in and we get to work in. And being able to have that approach as a company, not only through COVID, but just as our core who we are. Could you speak to some of the community aspects that you've seen over the years that have just continued to leave you inspired and excited that you get to work in that kind of a space where people and a company cares about their community? Could you share a little bit more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's exciting to see that piece of the organization grow to have a department that specifically kind of hones in on us being able to, at a corporate level, have that philanthropic give and even in-person give as well.
Yeah.
But what I like to do with each of my branch managers in their regions and in their communities is to empower them to find spaces and places that they align with or connect with,
Yeah.
and to go out and make an impact. And when you do empower them to do that in a way that's meaningful to them, not only does it have a powerful impact on the member or potential members in the community, it's really cool to see the connection and the growth that you see in the manager themselves.
Oh, yeah.
But it's been great. It's, not only here in Michigan, West Michigan, we're obviously big. We have the market share.
Yeah.
But I think that the community piece, the community involvement in our Southwest Florida, Central Florida, and then Southeast Michigan, Traverse City, Kalamazoo, that really is what's causing a lot of that organic growth.
For sure.
Definitely.
And it's so great that we're able to empower people with their passions. And it's not, you have to do it in this box and you have to do it at this time. But I've stood next to you and slung hot dogs. We always said, we're at a concession stand for
Those were the
high
good
school
days.
and we're doing the Fanta, handing out pops and candies and doing mental math as we're doling out dollars back for the concession stand. But then you'll also find people sponsoring a table at an event.
That's right.
Or going to a golf outing or reading to kids at a school, you know. And it's so cool that LMCU gives us the platform to do that and says, we want to support you in your passions.
Yeah.
And so it's just such a cool place to work.
I always like to say, no one shows up not wanting to do a good job.
Yes.
Right.
Everybody wants to do a good job.
Exactly. And have a good day. Like, they don't walk
That's
in and be
right.
like, I don't know, I'm going to mess it up today.
That's right.
my goal. Yeah. It's amazing. Looking over your career, is there a specific moment that just stands out that you're like, that's why I work here?
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit before we were on air here, but there was a moment, and I think there was a lot going on in my life personally.
Yeah.
Sure.
I was the last one to leave home. I was just married, and we were going through a conversion and that C word that nobody talks about in banking, right?
Yeah,
Because it's
right?
horrible.
I know.
But there was just a lot going on, and I was struggling to understand, what did I want to do, right?
Yeah.
You'd said it. I had held various positions, and I had a leader say to me, one member at a time. One member at a time. You listen for opportunities to connect. It's not about what they're asking for. It's not about what we have to offer. You're not even leading with that.
Yeah.
You're leading with, how do I connect? And it was just at that point in time, I think I that is what I needed to hear then. And it really did change my life because I saw each member individually.
Yeah.
Yes, you may have hundreds of members come in a day, but they're all individual people with individual needs.
Yes.
And we have the products and services. That's the one thing you asked me earlier, what sets us apart?
Yeah.
The beauty is we do have the best products and services. So frequently they sell themselves. People come in for that.
Sure.
But to connect, what else is going on? What are their dreams?
Yeah.
What does their future look like? How can I help them make that happen? And so that's a mantra. And Lauren, we've worked together.
Yes.
Pointing back to our mission statement. And that's that safe and sound fulfillment of our members' lifetime financial needs. You can't lose that word.
No,
that
it's
makes
true.
the whole sentence.
For sure. And I've said it 100 times where a member comes in with that baby carrier and we're like, lifetime.
Yeah.
Do you have their social security number? Because we can start their savings.
That's
Let's
right.
start that now.
Yeah.
And we also are sitting there at the desk with a widow or widower saying, I'm so sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
And so we really, truly are everything between that baby carrier and that death claim.
Yeah.
We get the opportunity and it's an honor really
Yeah.
It is.
to walk alongside in those moments. And
That's right.
we know finances are personal.
Yeah.
And we're told growing up that we shouldn't talk about it, but thank you for trusting us with
That's
it
right.
because it is an honor to be able to walk alongside and see people succeed and step along and support them when maybe things aren't going well.
Yes. Yes. Well, I mean, there's so much rich history of LMCU, and I mean, we could talk about this probably forever, and there's just so much more. And so for listeners, if you're looking to get more information about who we are and just to learn, you can always go to our website, lmcu.org. Again, we're going to be celebrating our 90 years all throughout the rest of the year and into next. And this is just an exciting time, I think, for many of us as we see the continued growth. And here's to 90 more.
And thank you to all of our members. You're a part of that history.
That's
We couldn't do it without
Absolutely.
you. Those numbers, that's you.
Yeah.
So thank you for trusting us with your livelihood and your finances.
That's right.
So cool to be able to be in that.
Well, honestly, Sarah, we are so excited again to have had you on. We
Thank you so
definitely
much.
want you back on to talk
Yes.
about some of the great things happening in our retail areas as well. So, again,
You bet.
man. Well, for listeners, you know what time it is. We're not quite done, Sarah. You're not off the hook quite yet.
Your seat's going to get a little hotter.
That's right, because we have what we like to call "Are You Smarter Than the Show?" trivia, where we get to ask.
We didn't
our
warn her.
guests- Oh, spoiler alert! But we actually, within our conversation about our community outreach, every episode has $50 on the line to go towards a nonprofit. How it works is if you win after best out of 3 questions, then you get to decide where that $50 will go to any of the nonprofits that LMCU helps to support.
But there's no losers.
That's
because
right.
if you don't win and Brett wins, we're just going to carry that $50 over to the next episode.
Oh.
And it
Exactly.
becomes a play for $100.
That's right.
So, and Brett's had some streaks.
I've had some, and then I lost very quickly last week.
No,
I
lost.
You lost.
Thanks
that's right.
for rubbing it in.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry. But that's right. So yeah, I'm back in the hot seat again, and we'll see how the trivia goes.
So I'm going to ask, it's best 2 out of 3. I do
Okay.
have a tiebreaker just in case. You buzz in using your name.
Okay.
So you'll just say Sarah. That's your name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in case you were wondering. Brett.
Who?
Yeah, Brett.
Sarah?
Brett.
Brett.
Gosh.
I'm so confused.
Yes. So you just buzz in with your name. You do not have to say it in the form of a question. You're just going to answer the question.
Okay.
All right. I thought we would kick it off with a little LMCU trivia just because we're
Oh, boy.
talking about our 90th. I mean, she might have a slight upper hand.
Yeah,
but-
I've been here 6 years.
Don't make it too
okay.
Right? She started when she was 6, so it's fine.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
That means my memory is also bad too.
Right? You know. So we started in Mr. Hutt's house.
Yeah.
What street was that house on?
Brett.
Are you volunteering him to
I'm
answer?
volunteering him.
Sarah.
That's not how this
That's
works,
good.
but go ahead and try, Brett. You get to guess, and then Sarah can steal it if she wants.
We're going to allow it. We're going to allow it.
That is great.
So I'm torn because there's 2 streets that come to my mind, and I cannot for the life of me, but I'm going to say Lafayette.
That would be incorrect. I'm so sorry. So I'm going to give a slight hint. It is in the Garfield Park, Alger Heights area.
Oh, great.
Oh.
Yeah. Now,
We were
I don't get the hint.
totally opposite
Sarah
side
gets
of
the
town.
hint.
Okay. All right. Oh man.
I know. I don't know.
I don't know.
All right.
Well, then we're just going to tell you it's on Hobart.
Hobart.
Hobart Street.
Hobart
Yes.
Street.
Yeah.
Yes.
That'd be
And it is
Grand
still
Rapids,
there.
Michigan. I'm just kidding.
Don't go knocking. I'm not going to
Yeah.
give the actual address, but it was on Hobart Street, and
Yeah.
it's still there. That house. I
There you
have
go.
pictures in front of it. Sorry
That's
to the
it.
owners on Hobart Street. All right, we'll
All
take
right.
away. We're gonna go national.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Phew. Okay. So it's still tied. 0-0.
I'm a fan of cheese. I think I know Sarah is a fan.
Yes.
Brett, I
I
know
do love
you.
cheese.
What country does Gouda cheese come from?
Oh man, this is not good.
Wait, does this work? Sarah.
No,
I'm just
only
kidding.
guess. Only guess.
Oh, man.
Cheese.
Gouda is good. Gouda.
Gouda.
It's very Gouda.
Sarah.
Yes,
I'm gonna guess Italy.
that would be incorrect.
Oh.
The Italian says,
Yeah, that's a mozzarella. Oh my goodness. All right, Brett. Gouda.
I believe in that country they might pronounce it Gouda.
Oh, I feel like that gave it away.
Not for me. No. I'm gonna say Greece.
That would also be incorrect. Man, I'm stumping you guys. I didn't mean
that's
to.
good,
but
though. You know,
they might make this cheese using a windmill, perhaps. It is the Netherlands.
The Netherlands.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
It's one of my favorite cheeses. It's quite good.
All right, so 0-0 still, Sarah. That's okay. 'Cause
Apparently, you chose some doozies.
here's the thing. We have this third question, but not to add any extra pressure or anything, but if we don't get this right, it will go into overtime.
Okay.
So, but one of us could win it all right now.
It's sudden death.
Okay.
With this answer.
Got it. I'm feeling good.
Right?
All right. Lo, take us away. Third question.
What actor played Alex Keaton on Family Ties?
Oh, I know the son.
Alex Keaton.
Brett.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Michael J. Fox?
You are correct.
Alex Keaton was the dad.
No, that's the son.
Shoot.
Oh,
That's okay, though. You are just giving a larger gift to next episode. So thank you. It's
can
been a
see.
minute since we played for $100.
yeah.
Well done.
It'll be great.
Thank you.
well.
You know what? Honestly, is I just recently watched a documentary on Back to the Future.
Oh.
And I
There's
remember...
been a lot going on with Back to the Future recently, I think.
Yeah. And they were talking about Michael J. Fox actually was not the original Marty McFly.
Mm-hmm.
They actually had a different person cast and had already shot a few scenes and it wasn't working out. And so they really wanted Michael J. Fox, but he was on Family Ties. And I remember that in the interview, they talked about the producer had to give permission to Michael J. Fox to do it. And the only, the contingency was he still had to show up to do Family Ties. So when he was doing Back to the Future, he would do Family Ties in the morning, record that and do all that stuff on the soundstage, and then run to the other side of the Universal lot.
Yeah.
And then they would do
That's wild.
Back to the
Wow.
Future. That was literally, that's when Family Ties, I'm like, I don't know who the name was that you said, but
I love that show.
Alex Keaton.
yeah, Alex Keaton.
That was a good show.
Well, I'm disappointed I didn't know it.
Right?
Well, that's
I feel
okay.
like I did.
Yeah, we
I
did.
let you have it.
Well,
That's
Thank you.
exactly what
Thank you.
happened.
You
I
have-
saw her.
I
She
did.
winked at me. She's like, I'm just going to give it to him.
he's got that. That's
Right.
fine.
Well, again, Sarah, thank you for joining us today.
we really, truly appreciate you being on and making time. And
Let's not wait 90 years to have her on again.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Well, truly, for anyone listening, we are so excited to be serving the communities for the last 90 years and for so many more to come. If you're not already, subscribed to us, we're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Anywhere you like to get social.
That's right. That's right.
iHeartRadio, Pandora, Spotify, you name it, we're there.
Make sure you subscribe to those so that way you get new episodes every week, every month when we put a new one out.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well,
Thanks
until
for
next
listening.
time.
Bye-bye now.
Thanks for listening. The information provided in this podcast by Lake Michigan Credit Union is general education or marketing in nature and is not intended to be accounting, legal, tax, investment, financial, or other advice. Statements of individuals are their own, not LMCU's. All topics discussed are information of a general nature and do not address the circumstances of any particular individual or entity. Consult an appropriate professional concerning your specific situation. As of the date of publishing and any future date this podcast is broadcast, all rates, fees, payments, or other specific figures discussed are subject to change and are dependent upon your specific financial situation. All loan products discussed are subject to credit and collateral approval. You alone assume the sole responsibility of evaluating the merits and risks associated with the use of any information or other content in the podcast before making any decisions based on such information or other content. In exchange for listening to the podcast, you agree not to hold LMCU, its affiliates, or any third-party service providers liable for any possible claim for damages arising from any decision you make based on information or other content made available to you through the podcast. For more information on any of the content discussed in this podcast, please visit LMCU.org. Copyright Lake Michigan Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender. LMCU, NMLS ID number 442967.